17th of June 2024. It's the start of another week. Today John put up my really beautiful chandelier. Isn't that gorgeous? And he did some more painting of the woodwork as well. We're now on the stairs from tomorrow and hopefully the lovely stair carpet. I can't wait. We're still trying to track down some little bulbs for the chandelier. It takes the little LED ones. I gave John some money today to get some bits he needed. The chandelier is very heavy, so we needed some reinforcements. He went into Wicks, and Wicks have this expression, if they don't make it, we don't sell it. But that's a bit of a naff expression because it doesn't really make any sense. People often want things that are maybe not as common as other things, and even if they're unique, they're still needed. It's just a way of excusing themselves for not having something that people might need. Of course, in Broadstairs we are lucky, we also have Harringtons as well. Some of you might remember the Ronnie Barker sketch about the 4 candles, and that's based on Harringtons. That's going back a bit. Ryan, John's son, came down at 1 o'clock to help him put the chandelier up. It needed 2 people on the job as it's so heavy, but it looks incredible as you have seen. Another thing is, last week John and his wife Bev went shopping down to the Aldi on Boundary Road in Ramsgate, and they didn't have a token for the trolley, so they went about asking somebody in the shop for a token, and the woman said, "Are you doing a full shop or a half shop?" Well, what's that all about? She was only going to give them a token if they were doing a full shop, not a half shop. Well, I'm sorry, but that's not very good customer service. What does it matter whether you're doing a full shop or a half shop? If you need to use a trolley, then you need a token. And if you haven't got a token, then it's normal to ask for a token. And then it's normal, good customer service for an assistant to give the shopper a token. It's that simple, really. If these supermarkets are getting so pernickety, then maybe people should think about going elsewhere for their groceries. There are lots of local businesses, be it farmers markets or farm shops, local greengrocers, butchers, fishmongers, bakers. They all provide the same things as the big supermarkets. The local co-op or your local nicer, or maybe even the Spar, they never question. Their customer service is usually good. They have a habit of providing customers with what they are looking for, nor do they expect them to pay for things with a card or a phone app. They're quite happy to accept cash. My remedy is still going well. This is the 3rd day of my 1 bang, 1 drop twice a day. I'm sleeping okay. I'm still a little bit tired, but John said too today that he's feeling shattered. So I really do think it's something to do with the Schumann resonance, as there have been solar storms within the last 48 hours. Anyway, I will do more rest and more recuperation, and hopefully if I do that by the weekend, I'll have a bit more energy. This is Wednesday, the 19th of June 2024. Dan has been at his mum's and he's back this evening. the cats were out for quite a few hours enjoying the warm sunshine, but we've been sitting on the sofa together for the last hour or so, just chilling, watching a bit of TV and a few videos, that sort of thing. And now it's about time that I got their supper. Tomorrow I am going to push the boat out and start 2 drops of my remedy twice a day. I had a good night's sleep. I was up quite early today because there were a lot of cat related activities to see to. There was the feeding of the 3 kitties and litter trays to clear, and Merlin did a poo on the floor while I was changing the litter tray, and I had to clear that up as well. He couldn't wait for the clean tray. Well, he is nearly 14 years old, so he's an old boy, and his guts aren't what they were. Although he's doing well, he does have a sensitive tummy. And we realised what gave him a jippy tummy last week was the vitamin E oil food supplement. So we had to knock that on the head. And I've got sweet almond oil instead, which I can rub into his fur. He suffers from dry, scaly skin sometimes. It has been better, but we noticed recently that his dry skin was starting up again. I've had some bad news today. My stepsister Annabelle has told me that her mum, my stepmum, is now on end of life care. She's had another setback and the prognosis is not good. We're looking at 7 to 10 days. Therefore, soon I will be doing another trip up north again. And that means, as a family, we've lost, in the last 6 years, my dad, my mum, stepmum. Now, I've also lost 3 friends, a cousin, and a close family friend, all in the last 6 years. And Dan also lost his step-grandma at the beginning of the year. So as a family, it's been quite a traumatic time. The only comfort is that my stepmom will no longer be in pain or suffering, but it's tragic. It's been so sudden, just like it was with my dad, and that kind of opens old wounds. I've come off most of social media, particularly Facebook. I came off yesterday before I heard, but I was wanting to disconnect to reconnect, if you like. I think it's always good to have a break when there's so much toxicity out there on social media and in the world. But now with this, I don't know how long I will be away from social media, although I'm still cracking away at my YouTube videos like this one. In general, I'm okay, quite tired. I think everybody seems quite tired at the moment, but no colds or anything like that. I've got a little bit of hay fever, but I've had some hot water and lemon and ginger, and I've been out in the sunshine, and I've had an orange. I take my vitamin supplements and I feel okay. Dementia is indeed a cruel disease. John didn't come yesterday. He'd had problems the other day with the fuel line on his van. And then yesterday, the van had set on fire. It's not an electric vehicle, It was obviously the fuel line problem. Thank God he wasn't in it. I mean, it could have been so much worse. At least he was safe. Vans can be replaced, but lives can't. It begs the question, though, did the garage who sold him the van know that there was a problem with the fuel line? If not, why not? And if they knew there was a problem with the fuel line, why did they sell him the van? Surely that's not ethical. Whatever happened, whatever the circumstances, questions need to be raised and answers need to be provided. I am not sure whether he will be here tomorrow. I guess he will do his best. He said it was a nightmare sorting everything out. I think he might have his wife's car because she's away until Friday. I expect he's been running around like a mad thing trying to find another vehicle. Cars are not necessarily the most appropriate form of transport, especially when you've got building materials to fetch and carry around. I'm going to the hairdresser's tomorrow to have my highlights done, although at this rate I probably won't need to go much longer because I'm getting increasingly grey. Oh, platinum, darling, sorry, platinum with black roots. I will, however, feel much better, and in the light of everything that's happened over the last few days, it's just what I need to give me a bit of a morale boost. This is Thursday, the 20th of June, 2024, and it's summer solstice here in Europe, at least, and it's winter solstice on the other side of the world. I'm feeling a bit tired today. I didn't have a particularly good night's sleep. I'm kind of a bit at sixes and sevens as well with my stepmom and everything that is unfolding around that. A variety of different emotions. I feel quite angry today, but that's part of the grieving process. I take that on board. John was here today. He's been prepping the stairs. Tomorrow, Dan and I are out, so he's going to try and finish the stairs. It will be nice to come back to. We are going to see what happens over the weekend. I, in particular, may need to go north over or after the weekend. My brother has already made the journey up to Kendal, and my stepsister Lucinda came back from her holiday in France and she was with her mum all night. It's just a really, really unhappy year this year. So many things have happened, and I'm not manifesting it. I've kept thinking in a positive manner. It's just the way things are going, and it's the same in the larger world. So many souls have passed into spirit already this year. Their soul contracts complete on the earth plane. It's a few weeks to go until the general election. We need to choose our side wisely. I may speak more about this as the days progress. We'll see. I've been to the hairdresser and had a new cut and a colour. I get more platinum every time I go. Half of it's probably natural. And maybe in the next few months I won't even need to have my hair dyed platinum because it will already be naturally platinum. I went quite great after my dad's passing, and then when Mum went, I started going white. This latest shock may just put the finishing touches to my permanent colour, shall we say. Dan will be home in a while. I have vlogged a yummy chocolate mousse this afternoon, and now I'm chilling. I've had a cup of coffee, and soon it will be time to give the 3 furry ones their supper. Dan and I have reserved a Too Good To Go bag this evening from the Mermaid Fish Bar in Deal, and we are collecting that at 7:45, and I am intending to vlog that. But anyway, fish and chips is just what I need right now. I need the whole comfort food thing. At least I haven't yet hit the gin bottle. I have not taken any of my remedy today. I'm just at 6s and 7s with everything. I'm going to take 2 bangs, 2 drops very shortly and leave it at that. I think I will go up to the 2 doses twice a day from tomorrow and just put today in the past. This is Friday evening, the 21st of June 2024. It's mine and Dan's wedding anniversary, and we've come away to Rochester. We're staying in a deluxe room at the Royal Victoria and Ball Hotel, which is a 400-year-old coaching inn, and Charles Dickens spent many times here. It only cost £132 for the weekend. It's not dead posh, but it's got everything we want, and the staff here are so nice. And we have a key to the front gate and also the hotel between the hours of 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. We went to the restoration house today. The restoration house is so named because King Charles II spent one night there and he was restored to the throne. But his life was still in danger, so there were secret tunnels and staircases in case they had to get him out. Fascinating place. And the last room that's open to the public it's lived in by the couple who own it, is called the eccentric room, and it's got no particular style. It's got all kinds of things from different eras. And I said to the lovely lady in there, oh, I can just see an elderly lady with some sewing, sitting doing the sewing. Apparently that's what happened in the past. There was somebody who used to sit in a chair and do sewing, and I had no idea. Apparently there's also an Instagram post somewhere of somebody, an older lady, sitting down and doing some sewing, and I had no idea, but I just picked up on it. And obviously I did say that I was psychic, and we had a lovely visit anyway. And towards the end of the afternoon we left, not long before they were closing for the evening, and 2 ladies were talking to each other, at the door. Oh, I could hear them as we were leaving. Oh, she's psychic, blah, blah, blah. And I just smiled quietly to myself. Last night, my stepmother passed away unexpectedly. It was quite sudden, her demise. Unexpected. She did go on end of life care on Wednesday, but she was expected to go on for about a week, but she went very quickly downhill. And a similar situation happened with my dad, again, not long before mine and Dan's wedding anniversary. history repeating itself from the same awful disease, vascular dementia, just awful. Oh, I've been all over the place. My head's just been all mixed up and it's been very upsetting. I mean, when I heard on Wednesday that my stepmom had gone on end of life care, the word Thursday came into my head. But then my ego kicked in and thought, well, it would be next Thursday because that would maybe be a week. But actually, Spirit was telling me this Thursday because she died yesterday, which was a Thursday. Well, at least my psychic abilities are well honed, even if at times my ego gets the better of me. In general, I'm not terribly egotistical, but like everybody, I'm only human and sometimes the ego kicks in. I'm okay. I've been feeling sad, had a little cry and whatnot, and there'll be a stage in the coming days where Dan and I have to head north. So we're thinking about who's going to look after our three because Val's about to go on holiday, so we need to find somebody, have somebody lined up ready to look after them. We'll probably be away a week because we've decided we're going to have a few days in Blackpool after the funeral. It's a fun place, Blackpool, and we really need to have some frivolity and just any excuse for a release valve and to experience a bit of joy and forget about everything. I started 2 bangs, 2 drops twice a day of my remedy today and it's going well. I'm tired now though. We went for a fantastic meal past the restoration house on Crow Lane. The meal was amazing, real beautiful cuisine, well worth every penny, and it has been our anniversary anyway. There's no harm in pushing the boat out occasionally. Tomorrow we're going to make use of our English Heritage membership. We are planning on going to the castle. We will take in the cathedral, and just across the road from the hotel is the Guildhall, which is free to look around. That's what we'll do tomorrow. And we found a chip shop earlier today, so tomorrow night we will have a fish and chip supper. It might seem to some maybe a bit crass to come away on one's anniversary when one's stepmom has just passed away and it's a really unhappy time, but we mustn't judge ourselves. Sometimes it's absolutely necessary for one's sanity and well-being, and in order to stay positive and move forward in life and not get too bogged down in all the heartbreak and misery. This is Saturday the 22nd of June 2024. We are back home a day early. Last night Dan was bitten to smithereens and we discovered that we had bed bugs in the hotel, and I found a live one crawling across his pillow. They did give us a full refund, but I have taken photos of all the bites on his body and we're going to put in a claim, and we are also going to contact the environmental health. Our room was supposed to be a deluxe, and I now have put 2 and 2 together and realised that the recent maintenance work in our bedroom was probably a fumigation, but they had failed to check that it had been carried out. And also when we went into the room, there was a few things missing, like tea, coffee, that sort of thing, cups. That should have been there. There was also a hole in the net curtain. Not very good for a deluxe room. And if that was a deluxe room, what were the standard rooms like? We have read more of the reviews today and we were not impressed. We have quarantined all our possessions outside. We're waiting for the fumigating stuff to arrive before we leave it 24 hours and then wash it all. And I have debugged myself in the bathroom. Had to strip outside around in the backyard before I came into the house to make sure we didn't carry anything in. Dan did the same, and I got myself in the bath and washed my hair under the shower, and I'm now chilling with the cats. Surprisingly, after all this, I did have 2 drops of my remedy this morning, despite being traumatised by the live bugs, and I will be taking another one this evening. I haven't yet taken all my makeup off. It's a bit blotchy, so I'm going away to do that now. Needless to say, not the anniversary weekend to get away from it all that we were hoping for. Such things are sent to try us, but we soldier on nonetheless.